Here, your reviewer of New England brews. Welcome back, and I have the pleasure of debuting a new beer from a fairly new brewery in New Hampshire. This is the Squam Brewing Bobhouse Bitter out of Holderness, New Hampshire. A bottle-conditioned beer. The ABV comes in at 5.0%, and this bottle was just unveiled or debuted for the first time on December 4th, 2010, and I am reviewing it on December 6th. So 2 days after it was made available to the people of New Hampshire, I'm reviewing it for you here on YouTube. So, the Squam Brewing Company just opened at the end of the summer of 2010, and this is the fourth beer that they've come up with. They've had 3 previous beers, which I've reviewed all 3 of them, and all 3 of them have some very good points, and now I'm looking forward to trying the bitter. I'm going to pour it into my Barb's Beer Emporium glass. This is a beer store in Concord, New Hampshire, which I shop at from time to time. It happens to be where I picked up this particular bottle because they were unveiling this bottle at Barb's grand opening. So, enough of the free advertising and marketing going on. Let's get right to the review on the beer. A white cap is what we have here, and let's take the cap off. Okay. You can see some smoke coming up, or maybe you can't. I can certainly see it. It's there a little bit. So, let's pour it into the glass and see what we get. Now, this was an air-dried glass, so there are a couple of speckles on there from when I washed it out. You can tell the bottle conditioning, clearly it's a bottle-conditioned beer because it's very milky and very cloudy, and also a golden color. With a fairly thin head, which seems to be fairly appropriate for the bitter. But again, I didn't pour it very aggressively, so. But this is extremely cloudy, extremely thick. Can't quite see any sediment floating around, but that doesn't mean there isn't any at the bottom of the bottle. I just haven't poured the entire bottle into here yet. So, let's give it a whiff. There's definitely a caramel sort of citrus thing going on here. Definitely a bit of a citrus thing going on. Caramel malts. A kind of a pleasing, mild hop in the background. Just enough to kind of tickle your senses just a little bit. Smells very crisp and smells bottle conditioned, I guess. You can tell there's still some fermenting going on, I guess, because it has a bit of a yeastiness going on as well. So the aroma on this beer is actually a good start. Let's give it a taste. All right. Absolutely something citrus in here. Bready and biscuity, maybe. A good sort of sweet maltiness going on as well. Not a caramel malt, just sort of a sweetness in there. I don't really notice a caramel sort of taste that is common with some bitters. But I notice a good backdrop of hops that are coming up from behind. The malts come on up front, and you let it kind of play around your tongue a little bit, and then you get this sort of bit of hops that kind of bursts in from behind. Not an overpowering kind of hoppiness. It's definitely there to kind of balance the whole thing out. Very, very easy to drink. A smooth, creamy texture to the body. Medium, maybe. Body feel, mouth feel maybe, somewhere in that vicinity. But creamy is really a good way to describe it. Smooth on top of that. Definitely easy to drink. It doesn't leave a lot of lacing, but that's all right. It means more to drink. So there's a bit of a biscuit breadiness going on as well. But it's really a nicely balanced bottle fermented bitter beer. I wouldn't say it's a British bitter sensation. It doesn't remind me of something very British you know, or bitter in that regard. It doesn't really remind me of a pale ale either. It does have almost a slight element of something along the lines of maybe a Belgian triple or a Belgian double, something like that, though not quite as spicy as that, and but does have some of those citrus elements that you get in a Belgian double or Belgian triple. However, the alcohol content's much lower than one of those, at about 5%. So this is really a nice beer to drink. I could see it going well with a meal or something like that. Something nice with a snack. Good for a football game, which I'm getting ready to watch. So that's it. That's it for this review. And we're going to talk about Squam Brewing, and this is their Bobhouse Bitter from Holderness, New Hampshire. Thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you again next time.